hurt my self-esteem, my self-esteem, my self-esteem, my self-esteem, my self-esteem. You always cut us down when I was wanting to grow. Needed you to pull me in, you kicked me out. I'm here to read you my book, Letter of Resignation, Dear EL'SIN Diablo, Proverbs 7, the book, by Robin Zachary Hughes, a.k.a. BeijingKing. Down the driveway beside the house, passing Beijing's car and his daughter's car, going down the steps, leading inside the back door, past the gym, and briefly through a barber shop, Beijing lies in his room. He misses the first call on his phone as it begins to ring for a second time. Beijing begins to rouse, giving a good deep stretch with grunts and groans. He looks over at his phone and grabs it with his left hand. There's a moment to clear the sleep from his eyes with the back of his hand holding the phone. He gazes at the screen sleepily, trying to ascertain who the missed call is from. His eyes focus on the missed call notification. Beijing sees the name of his childhood friend, Mook. He puts in his earpiece and presses the call back button. Mook is sitting in his car in a driveway. Beijing's song, Candy, flows softly from the speakers, just loud enough to vaguely make out the words. He is wearing a Valley Juice shirt, blue jeans, and white shoes. Mook quickly picks up Beijing's call. What's the deal, cuz? Mook says. Beijing, adjusting himself in the bed as he clears his throat, says, Shoot, what's poppin', pimp? Mook responds, How you been, my boy? I was just checking on you, for real, for real. Beijing chuckles a little and answers sarcastically, saying, I'm recovering. Mook also laughs a little, and responds, Yeah, I figured that much. I mean, I've not been able to get over there to visit for real. I've been working as many doubles as I can, trying to get a house with my girl. I look like I'm up to no good and need a haircut. Beijing laughs as he makes his way out of bed wearing basketball shorts and a black t-shirt. As he makes his way to the gym in his basement to lie down and do his morning sit-ups, he continues his call with Mook. Mook says, So how you been dealing ever since you and EL'SIN broke up? I can tell it is hard for you since I last spoke to you. Beijing pauses his sit-ups long enough to answer, That's real, my ninja. I've been dissecting myself, cuz. Taking accountability for my harmful tendencies and mistakes that I made, for my bad choices that don't serve me. Like, why do I stay in and serve a relationship or have a partner and be feeling alone the entire time? Beijing gestures quotation marks in the air and speaks, I'm dating such and such. Mook responds, Yeah, it does be all good with them bras until you notice all the bad in that woman. As Beijing is finishing a few more sit-ups, Mook jumps in saying, I'm going to be honest, cuz you had to know from jump she was not for you. You met her in that hood rat hole in the wall. She was fresh out of a breakup, lost her job, no car, in the middle of an eviction. After completing the session of sit-ups, Beijing, coming to his feet, cuts Mook off mid-sentence, says, Cuz, all things being so, as correct as you are, I couldn't help that I fell in love. Our vibe was strong and genuine. I was back to back in that fat ass, and I just fell deeper than I ever expected. Making his way up the stairs to take a shower after working out, Beijing continues to speak, saying, I've learned all my lessons, though, thank God. Never again, or at least not too soon, will I do things the same way. I've been clearing my mind and making songs about my relationship with EL'SIN. just sorting out my feelings and releasing all the energy I've been holding on to from that whole experience. As Beijing enters the bathroom to set up the shower, Mook responds, "Hey, whatever works, but at least go outside. Sometimes you can't get over it all until you bust a good nut with a cool little bopper. I mean, writing songs and finding yourself is okay, but how long are you going to stay in that hole of depression?" Beijing, situating all he needs to take a shower, takes a seat on the toilet by the sink and responds, "Look, me and her been broke up for 10 months. And honestly, until I figure myself out, I'm cool on talking to new women and having an effective healing sex with them. What is best for me now is following Jesus Christ, being in isolation, focusing on work, and improving my recording and writing talents. Fact is, it's about time I get myself some real help, a professional counselor." Mook replies with surprise, "A counselor, cuz?" Beijing responds with insistence, "Yes, bro, a whole shrink." Mook interjects, "Well, if you say so. So who did you find to become your therapist?" Beijing responds, "Dr. Charles Summers. He has been a client of mine for months. I always thought cuz was clean cut and professional looking. I thought he was like an office employee somewhere. Turns out while we were rapping during his service, I ended up sharing my situation with him. And I don't know, but I felt he understood what I went through, even my feelings regarding the breakup." Mook answers, "Hey, that's what's up." Beijing replies, "Yep. He told me I should come in for a free 1 hour consultation today, so that's what I'm getting ready for as we speak." Mook pauses briefly, then answers, "Well, cuz, if you want to save yourself some time and some money, I'll be your therapist. Look, you were tripping. Girls who are a headache like her are easy to stay away from, especially if you leave them early. You should erase her number out your phone, take those whack ass photos down of you and her out your house." Beijing responds, "Big facts, to be honest. I'm going to need some deeper insight. I would like to expose childhood traumas and cover insecurities and things I necessarily cannot go over with my homeboy. A true and unbiased opinion of that, a true and as unbiased of an opinion that I can get, bro." Mook replies, "Respect, cuz. Whatever works for you, whatever works better for you, rather, cuz you know what you need." As Beijing arises from sitting on the toilet, he says, "Right on, Pimp Juice. Well, bro, I'm about to hop off this phone and get ready for my day. I'm going to hit you up later tonight once I'm free." Mook says, "Bet, cuz, just hit me up." Beijing replies, "For sure. Love you, cuz. God bless you. Stay safe and pray dangerous." Mook ends with, "Love, cuz. God bless." And they both ended the call. He showers with his song called "Royal Chariot" by Beijing playing softly in the background. As the song continues to play, he is getting dressed for the day. Once ready to leave, he navigates through the basement, heading to the car. He can still hear "Royal Chariot" by Beijing gently fading to his footsteps as he moves from the house through the back door. "Let's Escape" by BeijingKing plays on the radio when starting the car and en route to the Black Wall Street Cafe. Having some time to kill before his appointment with his counselor rather, Dr. Summers, Beijing begins to write his letter to EL'SIN. Beijing enters the cafe, then greets Sheldon, the restaurant owner, saying, "What's poppin', pimpin'?" Sheldon replies, "Not much, big bro. Good to see you today, fam. What are you having today? The usual?" Beijing smiles and responds, "Yeah, I'm dining in today. Got to clear my head and write a letter of resignation." Sheldon rings in the order and they exchange payment. Sheldon returns to Beijing with his change. "What, you about to quit your part-time janitor job?" inquires Sheldon. Beijing laughing a little. "Nah, I'm quitting a woman that's been working my nerves for so many years. God knows this is long overdue." Sheldon laughingly says, "No doubt. I've done something like that before." "Well, be my guest. Have a seat. Write your letter and your order will be ready shortly." Beijing walks towards the booth seats near the window and says, "Thanks, cuz." He gets himself situated and pulls out a notebook and pencil and begins to draft his letter of resignation. He narrates the letter as he pins the words onto the paper. Play the song "Letter of Resignation."
You always cut us down when I was going to grow. Needed you to pull me in, you kicked me out in the cold. You had me on locking and went and switched up the code, popping off